It was 10:50 p.m. and one was running for her life. Her breath was ragged, her legs trembling from the exertion. Behind her, the sound of heavy footsteps and cruel laughter echoed through the dark street. Stop, you girl. You're not getting away. You know what happens when you cross us. One's heart thudded painfully against the ribs. I have to find a place. Her panicked gaze swept the area until she spotted a hotel glowing with neon lights just a few steps away. Without hesitation, she darted inside. Her hands flew to her messy bun, undoing it as she tried to regain some composure. She ran trembling fingers through her hair to smooth it out and yanked off her hoodie, tossing it aside like dead weight. Still catching her breath, she approached the receptionist's desk. One room now. The receptionist, a young woman with a name tag reading Mina, blinked in surprise at Wine's urgency. Before Mina could say anything, a low, commanding voice interrupted. I need a room as well. Wine's head snapped around. Her eyes widened when they landed on him. You? Jungkook stood tall, dressed in an immaculate black suit that only enhanced his dangerous aura. His dark eyes locked on hers with an unreadable expression, though a slight smile tugged at the corner of his lips. Yes, sweetheart, don't call me that. She turned back to Mina, trying to ignore him. There is only one room available. If you are both comfortable sharing, I won't share a room with him. Not even with him. Jungkook's eyes darkened. Do I look like I'm dying to live with you? Mina glanced nervously between the two, clearly sensing the tension. I will pay double. I need that room. Wine opened her mouth to argue but froze as the hotel's front door swung open. Minho and Jae-sung entered, their eyes scanning the lobby. Wine felt her blood run cold. They found me. Fine, I will share the room. Jungkook raised up, surprised at her sudden change in attitude. What? Wine didn't respond. She couldn't tear her gaze from the thugs who were now walking deeper into the hotel. Jungkook's sharp eyes followed hers, and his expression shifted. His gaze darkened, his entire demeanor becoming even more dangerous. Mina handed Jungkook the room key with trembling hands. Here is your key, sir. Jungkook grabbed it without a word and nodded toward Wine. Let's go. Wine hurried after him and they disappeared into the hallway just as the thug started questioning the receptionist. In the dimly lit room, Jungkook removed his coat, the muscles in his shoulders flexing with the motion. He tossed it carelessly onto the back of a chair. His sharp gaze flicked toward Wine, who sat on the edge of the bed, frozen in place. Her eyes were distant, her breathing uneven, and sweat glistened on her forehead. Jungkook's dark eyes narrowed. What happened to her? She's always fighting with me or talking nonstop, but now she's silent. Why are you looking so tense? Wine flinched slightly at his voice but didn't meet his gaze. It's none of your business. He rolled his eyes, clearly unimpressed with her deflection. You always say that, but you forget I know you better than anyone. Her lips pressed into a thin line, but she still didn't speak. Jungkook stepped closer, his movements slow and deliberate as he approached the bed. Wine's heart skipped a beat and panic flashed in her eyes. Is he going to do something? Before he could sit, she shot up from the bed, grabbed a pillow from the corner, and hurried to the couch. I will sleep here. Jungkook's gaze followed her, an unknowing smirk tugged at his lips. She's hiding something. He didn't press further. Instead, Jungkook pulled a black hoodie from his bag and slipped it on. He reached under the bed and pulled out a sleek black handbag. One's eyes widened in horror. Where did you get that? She rushed toward him. Relax, it's just insurance. His tone was nonchalant, but there was a deadly edge to it. Insurance? Are you planning to use it? Jungkook tilted his head, his dark eyes glistening with amusement. That depends. Are you in danger, sweetheart? Wine looked away, biting her lip. She felt his gaze boring into her. Waiting for an answer, he took a slow step forward, closing the distance between them. Tell me, Wine, who were those men? She hesitated. It doesn't matter. Jungkook leaned closer, his voice dropping to a whisper. Don't lie to me. I'm not in the mood. There was something in his tone, dangerous and protective, that made Wine's resistance crumble. I saw them kill a man. Her voice trembled. It was an accident. I didn't mean to say anything, but they noticed me and they started following me. Jungkook's eyes darkened instantly. His entire demeanor changed and the playful smirk disappeared. They're dead men walking. Wine's breath hissed at the cold finality in his voice. He took a step back, checked the gun's chamber, and then tucked it securely under his hoodie. I have some work to do. Stay here. What? Lock the door from the inside? I will open it when I come back. He started for the door, but paused and looked over his shoulder and sleep on the bed. The couch is too uncomfortable for you. Wine nodded reluctantly. Her fear still ran across her face. Jungkook's gaze softened for just a fraction of a second before the dangerous mafia mask slipped back into place. Don't open the door for anyone but me. With that, he disappeared into the hallway, leaving Wine standing there, clutching the pillow to her chest. The night air was cold as Jungkook stepped out of the hotel, his dark hoodie blending into the shadows. A black mask covered his face, hiding his features. His sharp gaze swept the street until he spotted two figures huddled near a street lamp. Minho and Jae-sang. They had not noticed him yet, but their conversation reached his ears. Where the hell did that girl go? I don't know, but I don't think she has any proof. She just saw it, nothing more. But the boss told us to find her. Do you know? I saw the boss in that hotel earlier. Really? Are you sure? Jungkook's eyes narrowed. So these two were the ones chasing her. Without hesitation, he strode toward them. The sound of his boots echoed across the pavement. Minho and Jae-sang turned just as Jungkook stepped into the light. Hey, who? Before he could finish, Jungkook reached up and ripped off his mask. Minho and Jae-sang froze, their eyes widened in shock. Boss, Jungkook's gaze was cold and merciless. So it was you two who scared her. Minho's throat bobbed as he swallowed nervously. Who? Boss? Jungkook's voice dropped dangerously low. The girl, don't play dumb with me. You came after her? Jason tried to recover, though his voice trembled. Boss, we didn't know she was important. We were just following orders. Jungkook's eyes flashed. She's my girlfriend. Don't ever come near her again unless you want to know what hell feels like. Minho's jaw dropped. Your girlfriend, really? But we thought. Jungkook's sharp gaze stopped him mid-sentence. The air around them grew heavy with tension. Yes, boss, he straightened up and saluted. Chaesang kept his head down, afraid to even speak. Jungkook stared at them for a long moment before turning on his heel. He didn't say another word as he disappeared into the darkness. Minho wiped sweat from his forehead. We were lucky if we were not his men. Chaesang nodded. We had already been dead. Jungkook didn't care about their chatter. He was already heading back to the hotel, his hands clenched into fists. Nobody touches what's mine. Jungkook pushed open the hotel room door, the lock beeping softly as it disengaged. He stepped inside, closing it behind him with a quiet click. On the bed, Wine sat bolt upright, her hands clutching the sheets tightly. Her heart thumped against her chest. When she saw it was him, fear mixed with tension in her eyes. She tried to stay calm, but his mere presence made her nervous. Really, sweetheart, those thugs won't disturb you again. Wine stayed silent, her body stiff. She avoided her gaze, trying to hide how scared she felt. Jungkook tilted his head, watching her with that familiar mix of amusement and danger. You're still as cold as ever, but tell me, why did you leave me? No calls, no messages. You disappeared without a trace. Wine's head snapped toward him, her expression a mix of shock and anger. Are you seriously playing innocent right now? Jungkook raised a brow, his smirk fading. What's that supposed to mean? I catch you kissing Kang Sebyok at college. Do you think I'm a fool? Jungkook froze for a moment, eyes widening in disbelief. Wait, what? Don't act clueless. You were with her. I saw it with my own eyes. I didn't kiss her, Wine. I swear. She kissed me and I pushed her away. Wine's eyes narrowed. You expect me to believe that? Jungkook's gaze darkened, but not with anger, more like realization. So that's why you left me. You saw that and didn't let me explain. He exhaled slowly. Now it makes sense. You vanished, no calls, no messages. I even went to your house, and your mom said you had gone to America for studies. Wine clenched her fist. How could I tell my boyfriend that I caught him with another girl? Do you know how that felt? Jungkook sighed, running a hand through his hair. I said I didn't kiss her, she kissed me. His tone was firm but not harsh. Silence filled the room, both of them lost in their own thoughts. Then why did you have a gun? Jungkook's eyes softened, but there was a hint of steel beneath his surface. After you left, I became the person you see now. A month later, I searched for you, your location, your movements, everything. My eyes have been on you 24 by 7 since the day you left. Wines, wait, hitched. You still helped me today after everything? Jungkook's lips curled into a soft smirk, but his eyes were serious. You left me, but you never stopped being mine. Wine's shoulders slumped. I should not have jumped to conclusions. I'm sorry, Jungkook. Jungkook stepped closer, his fingers brushing a stray strand of hair from her face. Apology accepted, but next time, don't run away. Stay and fight with me, Wine. Wine nodded, her heart aching with guilt and something else she couldn't quite name.